Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're doing a video of empties. I'm looking at a lot of things that I have finished recently and giving kind of mini reviews, what I love, what I didn't love, what I remember about the ingredients. I also did a little clean out of my medicine cabinet, so it'll be a little bigger than usual. Before we get started though, I want to talk a little bit personal stuff. If you're not into the personal stuff, that is fine. I will put right here where we start getting into the products. But I wanted to kind of apologize. Last week I posted 3 times, which for me isn't that much. I usually do 4. And this week, I think twice, maybe once. I don't even remember. And I feel bad about it, and I'm sorry about it. It's a combination of a couple of things. 1, not very much new that is coming out. 2, I don't really seem to frankly give a shit right now. I hardly am on Instagram at all to look at, Trend Mood to see if there's anything interesting. I've just not been into it because, in case you didn't know, my beloved beagle Lucy tragically died 6 weeks ago yesterday, and my grieving has morphed into inertia. Grieving is not linear by any means. We go through stages, one thing or another. I do not want to cry, and I can feel the tears welling up, and I'm just gonna fucking plow through it. Excuse my French. But it's very hard to explain. I know she is not here anymore. But, just yesterday I had walked by, I can see this open door into the backyard, and I was kind of looking for her. It's not like I'm experiencing the phantom things anymore where I hear something and I think it's her caller. Or I think, oh, she's in the kitchen looking for something that I might have dropped on the floor to take a little snacky snack for herself. I no longer look at the sofa and see the blankets on them and think, Lucy's taking a nap, because in the morning that's what she would do. We'd come downstairs, she'd go to the bathroom, I'd give her one of her medications, and then she'd sit right next to me on the sofa, but get under the covers, and that's where she would be until 12 or so, or 1. And then she would, come in here if I was shooting, which I often was, to say, hey, what's going on? I'm awake now. And I know those things aren't happening anymore. I don't have those phantom feelings anymore, but I do have this just blanket of sadness. And I am going to try to adopt one of those rescued beagles. So if you don't know, there is a breeding facility in Virginia that breeds beagles for the purpose of selling them to companies who will use them for experiments. And the government shut them down because of the horrible conditions that they had these poor, beautiful animals in, and places, rescue companies, services, partners with the Humane Society have picked up these beagles. And I had initially thought, hadn't entered my mind yet to get another dog, but when this happened, I thought, you know what, maybe I will do this. Maybe, even though I would normally wait for a little bit, it's a sign, perhaps. So there is a place here that took 200 beagles, but they're giving them away through lottery, so you have to go on site. And they have 3 locations. All of them are at least an hour and a half away from me. And I went on Friday. I didn't win a lottery. I didn't go on Saturday because it was in Costa Mesa, which is 2 hours away from me. So, that's a 4-hour drive, plus you're there for an hour. And I figured it's probably going to be very crowded because it's a Saturday as opposed to the one on Sunday. But I'm just telling you this because my shooting time is usually noon-ish, and when they say, okay, we're doing it, like one day they didn't have it on their website until that morning. I wake up, 9 o'clock, I go to their site on Friday, be there at 11:30. Okay, I'm going. So the next one, they told you that night. So my schedule is going to be continuing to be a little bit loosey-goosey. I have ordered a couple of things that will be here on Tuesday, but I have a feeling because they're not doing a lottery today, and they're probably not doing it on Monday because they're closed. Tuesday they're probably having one, so I'm probably not going to shoot whatever I get on Tuesday, and we'll see. We'll see. That's what's going on with me. I'm just trying to manage it the best that I can, and if you've ever grieved, you know that you just kind of have to be with it, you know? So that's what's going on. Now, let's get into this big thing of trash. So this isn't all my products, but it's a lot of them. And I'm just gonna pull stuff out and we'll talk about it. So this is the Humi and Fulvic Mineral, and I don't have my glasses on, so I could have that wrong, Anti-Aging Skin Regenerator. Looks like yay. This is something that I learned about from Penny at Penn Smith, who has a lovely channel. She is or was an esthetician. I don't know if she practices anymore. But she had spoken about this, and I thought, well, let me give it a try. And this is how I use this. I use a Myolift. I try to use it like 4 times a week. Doesn't mean, especially lately, that I do. But I hate putting conductive gel on my face. I cannot stand it. Hate it. It's hard to get off. And you have to have a clean face. So you wash your face first, and then you put this gel, and you have to wash it off. Even though a lot of companies say, oh, you can leave it on. No, you can't. So what I do is I use an aloe gel, and then I spray with this. And I find that when the aloe dries, instead of having to put more on, I can just spray it with this so I can have conductivity. With the Myolift, they have a signal on the readout that says whether you were getting conductivity or not. I apparently said that word one too many times, and now I can't say it anymore. And I really, really like this. And everything will be, of course, linked below. This is part of the Medicine Cabinet Clean Out. It is the Peter Thomas Roth Firm X Peeling Gel, blah, 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 blah. This is so old that I have to throw it away. The idea is you put this on your face, and then you do this, and you can feel your skin come up. But the truth is, this is formulated to have that feeling. It's not necessarily your skin. But the other truth is, I do believe it does actually have a non-abrasive exfoliating effect. But now I've had this for so long that that feeling that you get after seconds, because it comes out as a gel, and I will show you, it comes like a gel, like that. And as you move it around, you feel this kind of clumping, and you're like, ooh, yay, that's my skin. But it's probably actually not. But it happens immediately now because it's so old. Let me just show you what that looks like. So this goes in the trash. I don't really use it that often. But if you have very sensitive skin, you guys, this might be a nice exfoliant for you. If acids are just too much for you, you certainly shouldn't be using something with kernels of apricot in it. That's really going to be damaging your skin. That product might be a nice way for you to go. This Blueberry Innisfree Rebalancing Lotion. I have this in my backups, and I recently ran out of my light moisturizers. So I like to put on different weights of moisturizers. I think for me, it just makes sense. It's just like if you live in a cold weather climate, you don't just put on a big puffer and think, yay, I'm done. You layer. You might put on a t-shirt, and then you might put on long underwear over that or under that, then maybe a light sweater, then maybe a bulky sweater, whatever. Same thing with moisturizers. And I ran out of the one that I use the most, which I should be in the trash, but it's not, because I'm kind of thinking I need to order it again. So sorry, it's the Hakuhodo. And I thought, well, let me use this, because I've had this for a while. It's not going to last forever. I have used a bottle of this in the past, but for some reason, I am getting, I feel a little sensitive to it right now. And again, it could be because I am not sleeping well. For the past year, I've been making an effort and succeeding at sleeping 8 hours a night. The other night, I didn't go to bed till 4:30, and I woke up at 8:30. So I'm not in a good place on many levels. But I think I'm just going to toss this. It's also kind of hard to get. And I didn't have an issue with it before. It is my second or third bottle, and I'll just show you. It's really, really nice. It's a very light moisturizer. If you are oily, this is all you're going to need. But for me, right now, it seems to be bothering my skin. So I'm using something from Dermalogica instead. And I think I'm going to throw this out. And just putting this on, I was thinking, well, maybe I should keep it when I'm not in such a bad place. Maybe it won't bother me. So you know what? I might be keeping that. All right. This is the Argan Milk from Josie Marin. I'm throwing this away because it is so old that it smells. It smells rancid. But before I made that decision, I put some on my hand. And I thought, gosh, this feels really nice. I haven't used it in a long time, but this actually might be exactly the kind of finisher I need when I feel like my layering of moisturizer still doesn't give me the emollients that I look for, that just makes me feel like my skin is getting something nice. And this gives it to me, although it is lightweight. So maybe next time it's for sale, I might get this again. But it is rancid because it is oil-based. It is argan oil. These I got, no kidding, 6 or 7 years ago. These are little hand lotions from Caudalie. And they come in a set during the holidays, and I'm only throwing them away because two things. I'm just not that person who puts on hand lotion 4 times a day. I don't know why. When I do my skincare, I get everything on my hands. But I'm not a super hand lotion person, and I thought, oh, I'll keep it in the purse. But the truth is, I don't really carry a purse. I always carry my wallet. So these are old. They're going in the trash. Okay, this is the Alpha Arbutin 2% AH, or HA, from The Ordinary. And Alpha Arbutin, you can see how the gel is kind of dark. So this is turned. I don't use this on a regular enough basis to know if it does have a lightening effect. Kojic acid and alpha arbutin are supposed to have a lightening effect on the pigmentations on your skin that are caused by sun exposure. I know there seems to be a wave of shit going on with YouTubers naysaying sunscreen, and I saw one where she's basically saying people are working too hard to anti-age, embrace your wrinkles, and she said that in conjunction with talking about sunscreen. I can't even go there. The sun damages your skin, period. It's not up for debate. It's the truth. Okay, this is the Dermalogica Overnight Repair Serum, and it's not actually a serum, it's an oil. And this is the first active ingredient that I ever got when I started to get into skincare again. And I swear that I saw a difference with this, but same thing. It's oil-based. It's not really a serum. It has an oil base to it. And to me, I guess serum is up for debate, but to me a serum is very thin and water-based. And this is an oil base. And I did see some results with this, but this has got to be 6 years old, so gosh, I haven't used it in ages. Another thing from Dermalogica, this is their MAP 15. This is the form of vitamin C, and it's dry, so you put it in a carrier. Oh, there, the fan's on, so you can see that flying around. And because I was very sensitive to vitamin C like 6 years ago, I thought maybe this is a good entry for me. And if you also have sensitive skin and vitamin C in L-ascorbic acid form is difficult for you, this kind of product, other companies make this kind of product as well, might be a really good thing. You mix it with a serum, something else that you're using, you know. This is not L-ascorbic acid, but it's a way to dip your toe into the sea world if you do have sensitivity or very sensitive skin. But I'm now using L-ascorbic acid. I have been for several years. I don't really have use for this particular product, and it's going away. I love the Marvis toothpaste because they don't burn my mouth. Most toothpastes have a lot of peppermint in them. They're all minty fresh, but I swear they burn my tongue, and I hate the way they taste. Marvis doesn't make toothpaste. I think they have one flavor like that. They also have, their general line, and then they have a special line, which I thought was a limited edition, but still available. I have seen it, and I will post below. This is Karakum, which is, or I don't know how to pronounce it, Carakum. I mean, Karakum. And I love this. I have finished it. I have 2 of these, well, this brand, open downstairs in this bathroom and 2 upstairs. And it's a flavor delight for me. I haven't spoken about this. I started using this Victoria Beckham serum when I got it on sale maybe last November around the holidays, and I have not looked back. I haven't included that in my December skincare routine because I just started it, but I love this. It is thicker than my other serums, so I'll do my other serums first. What is it? What am I doing? I'm doing my vitamin C from Maylove. I'm doing the needleless serum from Dermalogica. Now I got, you know who I am. Link it right here. And then I put this one on because I feel that it might be a little occlusive and kind of help those things from evaporating before I put on my first moisturizer. And I really love this. What's so interesting is, though, I got this, which I've taken apart because I wanted to get every last bit of it. This is the cream, and this is the travel size that I got on sale, probably March, and it didn't take me too long. I used it morning and evening, and this, in conjunction with this, and then I have the heavy cream that I put on as a finisher only at night, I was really seeing a difference in my skin. It felt like there was a lightness to it, a brightness, a glow from within from these, but not like a shiny glow, more like there's a light bulb. I put a light bulb, right behind my skin, and gorgeous. So I am definitely going to get this the next time I see it on sale somewhere, but I love these. I especially love these together. I 100% saw a difference. Here we go. Needleless serum from Dermatology. I was getting it mixed up with Dermalogica because I had just spoken about 2 products. I've gone through this. I enjoy this quite a bit. This is my second bottle already on. The next bottle, arginine, I think, is the ingredient that is one of the major players in here. There is also some copper peptide, but not a lot because copper peptide is blue and this does not have a bluishness to it. But arginine, people call it Botox in a bottle. It might help with stuff around the 11s, maybe the forehead. And it has some other good things in it that I don't have in my program right now, like peptides. I kind of did an experiment. I stopped using a peptide serum that I'd used for a couple of years just to see if I noticed a difference, and I didn't. And I thought, cut down my steps a little bit because I'm always adding things anyway. You can't get to the point, or I don't want to get to the point where I'm putting 25 things on my face. But this, I really, really like. Okay, Make Prem. I'll put the title down here. I love this. This is my favorite kind of sunscreen because it's like a sun gel, and it's not gel-ish, and it doesn't have alcohol in it, which most gels do, but it feels like it's not occlusive. It doesn't feel like my skin is suffocating and I suddenly get hot and start to sweat because of it. This kind in particular is the formula I turn to in the summer, where I don't want to feel the weight of anything on my face, actually. I think I got 2 more backups, and I'm already in the other bottle. I'm wearing it today. I love, love, love this sunscreen from Make Prem, and it is with the next generation skin filters, sun filters. Okay, the Tatcha one-step cleansing oil. I've been using this for years, and I've tried other cleansing oils. I have. They all have, I believe, detergents in them because cleansing oils can leave a film, and nobody likes that, so they put detergents in them, but the detergents strip my skin. I feel stripped rather than cleansed, And this is the only oil I have ever tried. And I, by the way, have the same experience with balms. They either leave a greasy film or they leave me stripped. This is what I do. And I do a facial massage many days a week. Again, my skincare routine right now not as good as it used to be, but I was doing it probably up to 5 times a week. And rather than using an oil, which is hard to wash off your face and you can end up stripping, I use this. So I'm getting a cleanse at the same time. Also, oils are different weights and some don't offer as enough slip, or you have to use a lot of it for the slip. And it's actually, if you can believe it, much more expensive than this, ounce for ounce, to use oils. So I use this and it just gives me the right amount of slip, cleans my face at the same time, and I use this for facial massage and I just love it. Aloe vera gel. So this is an aloe vera gel that I like, and I did replace it, but I didn't remember what brand I used. I got it at Whole Foods, but I'll link it below. You can probably get it on Amazon. And this is what I use for my myolift. And it's interesting because the one I just replaced it with, I thought, I don't like this texture. It feels a little bit different, where this gives me the conductivity, it gives me the slip, but it's not hard to remove, so I don't feel like I have to strip after I use it. So this, I'm going to have to remember this so I can get this one, because the one that I did buy, me no likey. I decided to toss this because a couple of things. I haven't used it in a long time, as you can see, and they're out of business. The Glow Maker. This is my vitamin C serum. And, oh, there's a little bit, but nothing I want to put on my face because it certainly has turned. And I continue to use this. One of the reasons I like this is because the pH level is not too harsh. Some of the other ones that are very popular in the mature beauty area, I'm not going to name the name, but I saw somebody other than the person who pushes it all the time do the actual test strips on it, and she had said this is the acidity level of this, I can't remember what the words were exactly, are on the harsher side. If you have sensitive skin, you're probably not going to enjoy that one. This one I have no problem with at all. I love it. I love Maylove altogether. I'm throwing this away, the Aveeno Positively Minerals Sunscreen SPF 50, because it's old. You should always, if you're like me and you have a collection of sunscreens, twice a year, the beginning of the year and in June, I go through and check my dates. But in this case, I did not like this on my face, and it's too thick on my body. I mean, so many drugstore sunscreens feel like you're putting Elmer's glue on your body or face, and it's just not enjoyable. This is so thick and icky. I would venture to guess that if you are on the water, be it a pool, I mean, you guys, first of all, the amount that I just put on is probably not enough to get the 50, because you need 2 milligrams per centimeter squared. So that was not very much product that I just put on. It's just not useful for me. So this is the pencil I use for my eyebrows, and it is, I'll link it down below because I can't see it, but it is from NYX and I love it. It's like 10 bucks. Looks like this. Good color. This is one area where I think it's just not necessary to spend $29, $30, $40, $50 in getting a high-end eyebrow pencil, because they're all kind of doing the same thing. They're all generally the same formulation, and if you can find one at the drugstore that you like, you should do it. And I do. I keep on buying this over and over and over again. Maylove, the hydrator. I really enjoy this as well. Oftentimes on Maylove, they will put 3 serums together, and that's how I first found this. I decided to do the trio. But generally, when you're doing a trio, one thing is not going to be something you like, and you've kind of wasted your money, even though they're giving you a good deal. You know, like how Charlotte Tilbury does those sales where you buy 3 things together and you don't like one of them, you're not really saving money. So this I really, really like. I do have another bottle. I will continue to use this. I don't even know what this is, you guys. Okay, Bite mascara. Just because Bite's not around anymore, I'm really fussy about my mascara, so that's trash. Oh, here it is. Here is my Serato Dewdrops. It broke at the bottom from my thumbnail. It just went right into it. So I'm not even sure if this is empty. I continued to use it after it broke, but you know, you've got to assume that air is getting in there and it's not good for the product. So in the trash. That's gonna wrap it up, you guys. I feel like I probably missed things. It's hard for me to remember. I usually throw something in the trash in the bathroom when I'm done with something, and it's hard for me to remember, oh, you need to put it in the trash in the bedroom so you can, because this is a bedroom, put it in a video later on. And it's been a couple of months since I've done this, so I'm sure, there's no doubt in my mind that there are other sunscreens I ran out of, and other toothpaste I ran out of, and probably other things I ran out of. But anyway, those are the ones that I did pull aside, and my thoughts on them, and that's going to wrap up today's video. And I'm not sure when I'll be back again. As I said, I'm expecting some new products to arrive on Tuesday, and I'm not sure when I'm going to shoot, because I have a feeling Tuesday I will be trying to adopt a beagle. And if I am successful in doing that, maybe I'll shoot something on Wednesday. But it is, you know, this is another thing. Now I'm going to talk about my emotional stuff again. I think I learned about the beagle adoption situation about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I do believe that it kind of gave me a sense of hope, a sense of this grieving will be lifted. It's, you know, it's a million things, because another part of me feels like maybe I shouldn't get another beagle because 1, 2 of my neighbors hated it, but I don't like these neighbors. I think they're assholes, so I kind of don't care. And 2, because I don't want to feel like I'm replacing her. I don't want to be thinking, oh, well, she didn't do that. And I got Lucy about 3 months after my previous dog died, and one of the things I thought was really smart was he was a very different dog. He was also a hound, but he was a big hound. He was more of a sight hound. He was a fast ass runner and needed exercise 3 times a day. And I love the fact that I was never looking at her thinking, oh, he didn't do that. But I feel like it's kind of the perfect dog for me. And then also this idea that I have when I'm, you know, in my head all the time. When I didn't get chosen in the lottery the other day, I was devastated. And I really realized, although I did realize before that, really, how much I'm depending on this to help me out of this feeling of sadness and loss. All right, now I'm going to wrap it up, you guys. So we'll see you soon. Please give the video a thumbs up. Links down below. Hope you use some of them. And until we meet again, I'm wishing you good health. Lucy! Let's go! Let's go! What? Let's go! Let's go! Ow.